Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, 𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐲. Today's video is going to be a little different. As you can see, I'm outside, which is new for me. I usually don't film outside. And for a book video, we're not really going to be talking about books so much as writing. So it's no big surprise that I am a reader, of course. We talk about this. Yeah, but a lot of people may not know about me is that I'm a writer. I think a lot of you already know that, but some of you may not. If you don't, here's your clue. So when I was really young, probably around 11, 12, around there, I used to write fanfiction. I'm gonna regret this video. So I thought today it would be fun to dive back into the archives and pull up some of my fanfiction and read it and react to it. I'm kind of nervous because I haven't read this in a very long time. So the website I went to that I used to write on when I was younger was fanfiction.net. So I found my email and password, but it's still the same thing, surprisingly. 2012, so I'd be... Siri, how many years ago was 2012?
It was 7 years ago.
So I was 13 when these were published on the website. And there's two of them that I think are probably going to be my downfall as an online creator. So the first one was titled ScoobyDoo in the Court Case. Just let that title sink in. But real tea, shouldn't all Scooby-Doo cases end in court? Like, these people almost killed people. These villains. Apparently it was 5 chapters, 2,821 words. Those had to be really short chapters. And it had 6 reviews. Apparently comments. I'm gonna read the comments after I read you the actual story. I just want to note that this is the most confusing website I've ever used. How did I know how to use this at 13? Oh, I figured it out. Chapter 1. It wasn't me. The mystery machine was sitting on an empty street. It was quiet tonight. It was raining. No one in sight. I need to use commas. In the back of the mystery machine sat a young man and his dog. Shut up, you stupid mutt. Shut up, you stupid mutt, screamed Shaggy at his dog. You don't know who I am. Shaggy slapped Scooby on the face. Maybe I should have went to a psychiatrist at that age. The van was filled with smoke. It smelled very strong. Oh, we know where this is going. In Shaggy's other hand, ... was pot. Oh my god, I love this. I can't. Shaggy, a member of Mystery Inc., the best friend of Scooby-Doo, was smoking pot. Hey, at least I used commas correctly there. Let's just, let's break that down. Okay, so this first paragraph alone, I didn't do very good. So, I didn't have quotations in the right places. So, when you do dialogue, you're supposed to, this is a little tip too for anyone who wants to be a writer who's really young. When you do dialogue, most of the time, unless you're like Cormac McCarthy, you put the quotation marks and then drop it down to a next line. Basically, each dialogue has to be put down in a new line, so unless it's the same person talking, you're gonna have to drop it. Does that make sense? Like, if I said, "Hey, how are you?" Tiffany said. Another line, "I'm great," Rebecca replied. Like, yeah.
That just makes no sense.
There was whispers among the entire room when Shaggy walked in the courtroom in handcuffs. There was whispers. He looked to his right to see all his friends glaring at him. All of them but Daphne. Shaggy took his seat next to a man in a blue suit. He had black, shaggy hair. All rise at the Honorable Judge Falls. At the? Is that correct? I didn't do it, I'm telling you. Sir, you were smoking pot in the back of a van. You hit a girl and nearly killed her. You assaulted an officer, and you were driving under the influence. Not to mention, you are being charged with animal abuse and possession charges. Did I watch SVU before writing this? I love how the court case takes place in one paragraph. Just give us time, we'll get you your proof, said Velma. Alright, I'll give you 3 days. If you don't have proof by then, Mr. Rogers will go to prison for life. Case closed. The case wouldn't be closed. Court would be adjourned. Correct?
I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know.
So basically what I'm getting from what I wrote, I don't remember writing this, first of all, but what I'm getting is that Shaggy has killed someone. Maybe he hasn't, and they're trying to prove he's innocent. I don't know. Listen, it was the 90s. We're all on acid. I'm kidding. Chapter 2. Interview in the barn. Wait, they let Shaggy out? You've gotta be kidding me, said Fred. You just had to get arrested. I told you guys, it wasn't me, claimed Shaggy. You're so high on dope it isn't funny, snapped Velma. You know, at least I'm not using said over and over. I do that now. Like, the gang was walking down the street. The mystery machine was took in for evidence by the police. Was took in for evidence. Where are we going first? Asked Shaggy. The old barn in the mountains, said Velma. I am not climbing that stupid mountain to the top to talk to some old creeper pedo, refused Shaggy. Oh my god. I was straight savage. Fine, then go back to prison, snapped Fred. That's where you can die. Oh my god, I can't. Oh my god.
Stop it. Get some help.
I was accused of drug possession and abuse and other crap, said Shaggy. What? You dope heads, get off my farm. I'll call the cops. Get, scram. Idjit, shouted Mr. Lingley. The gang ran for it. Fred was running... Typo. Fred was running so fast that he tripped on a rock and fell all the way down the mountain. Velma and Shaggy found him at the bottom. Later at the hospital, Fred lay asleep in the hospital bed. It's all my fault, cried Shaggy. Velma patted his back. I can't. Don't beat yourself up. Anyone could have tripped on a rock. Anyone, but it had to be Fred. Where is Daphne in all this? He hotwired the car and backed up. There was 10 or 20 cops in front of the van now. He floored it and hit them. Some got out of the way, but not many. So apparently there's like a look-alike of Shaggy, which makes 0 sense. Later at the police station, the cops asked questions to Shaggy, Velma, the bellboy, and Daphne. I thought she was dead. So in the end, Shaggy was apologized to. Velma was awarded for finding the murderer. Daphne ended up having amputated legs. Holy crap. The bellboy was arrested for shooting a citizen, even though he shot the murderer. Scooby was sadly put down because after all, this is the gang broke up and none of them wanted Scooby. Oh my god.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Shaggy ended up hanging himself in his kitchen for a mental breakdown. Oh my god. Some of them lived happily ever after. Maybe I was a little psycho. Just a wee bit. I don't remember writing any of this, and honestly, I'm kind of frightened now. Yeah. I want to read the comments. Guest writes, dumpest story ever. I won't be reading any of your future work. Mazzy Books writes, that was, but I'm sad. Me too, Mazzy. 𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐲 writes, okay. I saw more than a few typos in this story. You're not wrong. The paragraphs are just too big, correct. And what the futterwhackin' is with all the character death? Listen, 𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐲, I was a messed up kid, okay? I wasn't watching Batman and Robin and cartoons. I was watching Criminal Minds. And Zodiac stuff. I was a messed up little kid. Guest writes, dumbest Scooby-Doo story ever. I'm assuming you're the first guest who wrote dumbest, but you changed it to dumbest. YJ and HJ Rocks writes, disturbing. So there is one other story that I wrote on this website, I guess, before I stopped. And I'm gonna read that to you.
No, you ain't.
So if I've learned one thing from making this video, it's that 13-year-old me was not a very good writer. 20-year-old me is not a very good writer. So yeah, I hope you like this little thing. I'm a mess. It's Saturday morning and I'm just sitting on my porch and my neighbors keep looking at me. That's the tea. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, remember you're beautiful, you're wonderful, and you're loved, and bye. Do you see pollen floating by me? It's like, it keeps blowing this way, and my allergies are gonna regret it.